I think we are finally live. It took a little extra second because my mic was a little tangled up, and it just took me a second to untangle that a little bit. But now here we are. How's it sounding? I know, Ron, I am late. What's up, Pete? What's up, Bill? Thunder Falcon, Danovan J, Pete Brown, Terry Devlin, Terry 3G, Vince, Frank C, Dave, Luke's, John Banks, Quentin, hey kids, Star Guitar Works. Yeah, it's the Clamaha. What's up, Tactical? Going a little fast now. Music Sound Gear. Ben Coombs. Christopher. Music Sound Gear. Again. What's up, Bobby? What's up, Jay Schaff? What's up, Jeffy? CC. Brian. J Beebs. John. Terry. Tactical. Tonosaurus. Overlord. James. Juan Blanco. It's just my speaker. Yo, that's the man of the hour. So, Speaker Boy there is, he is J-Man. Speaker Boy is J-Man. And so, he was over yesterday, and he picked up his blue Yamaha 921, I think? 921. He left this one here for me to do a little bit of work on. And he gave me the 912. So, it's mine now. Yeah. And I found a few more facts out about the 900 series. Fun fact number one. As far as I can tell, the necks were made by Warmoth. They're compound radius. And they would be made in America and shipped to Taiwan. I think they might have already been fretted. I don't know if they already had the nut installed, but probably not any hardware. I don't even know that they were finished, because I think they were finally finished. Maybe it was just the neck blank with fret slots, and they did all the fret work over there. I don't know. But I do know that Warmoth was making the necks for the 900 series, and they would ship them to Taiwan, where they would be finished. They'd put the decal on, they'd spray it, they'd add the tuners, and probably the frets too. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how much work Warmoth was doing on their end. And as far as I know, the bodies are swamp ash. That's what I was reading. And the pickups are DiMarzio. It's a I think it's the, what is it, is it the SH, the A? It's the humbucker. Is it the SH2? Is that what it is? I can't even remember. But it's a stacked humbucker, DiMarzio, and now I even forget which DiMarzio this was. It's a DiMarzio, though. So it's sort of like a weird thing with them, but this particular guitar, this exact guitar, sold on Reverb a few years ago for like $100, but it had different tuners, and it actually had a different bridge. And then someone put this bridge on it, but this doesn't exactly fit either. The tail still sticks out of the back of it a little bit. And the tuners were replaced with locking Godos. The ones that were on it in that sale 5 or I think it was 6 years ago were also locking, but they were black. They weren't chrome. I forget the brand, but they had a special drop on it, like you could drop the low string. Anyway, that's what I know so far. That one there is a completely different beast, though. That's like probably all made in Taiwan, because that's not even like that's like the Zero series. That's like the entry level for the. So I just got to check the frets on it a little bit, but. Which cat did we had a cat? There was a cat on the couch. That's cutie. It's a good sounding guitar, says Andrew. Can you still purchase those? I don't think so. I was looking into that, and I don't think you can. They do have new Yamaha Pacificas out there, but they have like flame tops. They look, I'm not gonna say, they actually look really nice. The one to get though, oh God, we had one in like flame rose. It was a neck through. It was the ebony fretboard. Was it like the 1214 or like the 2140 or oh God, I forget it now. But the Yamaha made one. We had one in the small store. I remember that guitar. I remember saying like, "Wow, that guitar is so sick." It had like a Floyd Rose on it, and it was a big flame carved top like a PRS, and a set neck, and ebony fretboard with this like mother of pearl and abalone inlay like a scroll. It was a pretty crazy guitar. That particular Yamaha. It was pretty much like a Jackson Soloist, and I can't remember the number though. I don't know what they went for. I don't think these were very expensive. I think these were like $500 to $800 maybe. I don't think the Pacificas were ever very expensive. The one that we had at the music store, that was like $2,000. That was expensive. That was a very expensive one, like $1,800 or $2,000, something like that. I think they still make the Mike Stern model too. What's up, Ben Tom? What's up, Sal? What's up, Michael? What's up, Bill? So will he pick up the blue one in 3 years? We're trying to go a little quicker than that. The plan is to go 2 years. Now we're going to go slightly faster than 3 years, but we'll see. Spent all day mowing the lawn and taking down tree limbs. Feel like I got hit by a truck. Yeah, it's just been so wet and rainy. We found the sun finally came out today, but the lawn was still soaking wet. I couldn't really mow it. What's the amp setup? This is THU with the one I've been using a lot lately. That Brit 87 with the YJM. The Brit 87 with the YJM. Brit 87 with the YJM. So this is the new guitar. It's officially mine now. And yeah, I actually put a set of 10s on it last night. Might be a little too tight for this. I think it had 9s on it. I'm starting to think it had 9s on it, because these are feeling a little stiff compared to what it felt like before I changed the string. So I'm thinking that it had 9s, and well, the 1200 series Yamahas were made in the U.S. really. Yeah, they were pretty sick. Remember those? They only made like, I want to say 4 colors. It was like a sunburst flame top, like a rose burst flame top. I think they made a natural, and it might have been a couple of solid colors too, like a solid like maroon and like a solid like black or white, something like that, you know. Yeah, it is my only Yamaha. Is it a fender bridge? It might be. Kind of looks more fendery, doesn't it? Right, and look at the size of the holes. Like, one of the things you'll notice is that the cutouts for the bridge pins are pretty large compared to the pins themselves. You know, so if it's a fender bridge, I might be able to get a shorter block. You know, I'd have to take the saddles off and see how it's mounted. You can buy blocks for Floyd Rose all day because the mounting system is pretty standard, but I'd have to look around to make sure that the bridge block is going to fit. They'll be able to be screwed on. There'll be some screws going through the bottom of this that plate. Have I tried Amplitude 5? Yeah, it's pretty good. I still like THU better. Looks like a Godo 510 bridge. You know, that would make sense because it's got Godo tuners, and maybe the person thought that going with Godo would solve it because, you know, Godo being a Japanese company and Yamaha being a Japanese company, you know, they'd go together. And you know, I don't know that it worked out. Put a Vega trim on it. What's up, James? Been a while. How are you? I'm doing well, and yourself? Brian says he had a neck through Yamaha in the 89s. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that, well, yeah, maybe around, I thought it was around 90 or 91 we got that in. But it could be right, 89 through 92, that could have been the run, you know? Yeah, there's a little close-up of the bridge. Oh, let me move this. Yeah, get in there. Yeah. Not bad. With the shinning. Put a Floyd rat tail on it. I think these are like very much like my Floyd, my OG Floyd, not more recent ones, but the one that's in my 83 Kramer. These look like spikes straight into the body. You know, I don't know how close I can get here. You know, I think they're wood screws. They're straight up wood screws. And then when I first saw them, I was like, there's no way that there's a Phillips head, right? It's always a flat head, like, or a hex. I'm like, screws like that. I'm like, that can't be, you know, the original. That can't be right. And they were. I checked countless Yamahas, and they all had the same mounting pegs, you know, for the bridge, same bridge pins. So those are correct, but the saddles aren't right. The ones on the original one of this look more like the vintage style fender, like the cold rolled that they use. Sterling by Music Man bridge again, could be. Who knows? Only someone knows, but they're not talking. James is saying he's saying Godo. You think Reverb would have one of these? I looked them up. I checked Reverb and I checked the Guitar Center Used to see what they had in for the Pacificas, and not a lot of stock. There's not a lot out there. For a while, they were everywhere. They're very popular guitar in the 90s. The 90s. Yeah, like when I was living up in Woburn, Yamahas were everywhere. That was like 92, 93, 94, 95, around there. The coffee is surprisingly not as bad as I thought it would be. It's the very end of the pot. What's up, Eli? E, right? Yeah. That Yamaha sounds better than your $15,000 double neck PRS. That was a good looking guitar, though. Nice callback. In PA in the 90s, a lot of Pacificas. Yeah, I think so. I remember Pacificas being a pretty popular brand in the early 90s. Like 92 through 95 was their big run. Because they were cheap and they were pretty good quality. What's up, Sean? Just turned 40, yikes. My first gig's 18 months and a couple of weeks. Good luck. Scotty Hill uses a Yamaha. Okay, I'm trying to remember the Yamaha Pacifica or the Yamaha Endorsees. It was like, Rick Emmett, right? He's the first one I can think of. Wasn't Phil X a Yamaha guy for a little while? And then he was with, I want to say ESP, then Framus, and now he's with Gibson. And then Mike Stern, of course, we mentioned him earlier, but I'm trying to think who else was a Yamaha guy. I want to say like Michael E. Firkins, like that he was with Ibanez, but then left Ibanez and went to like Yamaha. One of those guys left and went to Yamaha. Michael E. Perkins. Yeah, see, Perkins. Is it Perkins or is it? Yeah, Perkins. Is that what it was? Firkins. I thought Firkins. Yeah, with an F. Yeah. Oh, right, Billy Sheehan. Right. Yamaha. He's been with Yamaha for years. Well, thanks, Tony. If you like those Pacificas, you should try the Variac standard Yamaha made. Check the guitar models. I have a few Variacs in the model. It's pretty cool. You know who uses the Variacs like all the time? It's Frog Leap, right? The Leo and Rabia, because it just helps them tune, right? You can very quickly switch tunings without having to switch guitars and they're able to just switch up and get the tones that they need to get for these various cover tunes. And yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about the Vari-X. I don't think I've ever played one though. Maybe I guess it's Summer NAM. I guess it's just NAM now. There's no more Summer NAM and Winter NAM. Nathan East, right? All right, Chris Buck. Yeah, I guess he was at GitCon as a Yamaha artist. Now that I think about it, you know how hard it is for me not to say Yamaha, an artist, and say Yamaha, an artist. Bostonians, God. Did I miss one? I missed a super chat. Not taking the padding on my thin neck CE. It feels too sharp. I want a super strat though. What do you suggest? Hold on, I just got to slow this down a little bit. What is it? Not digging the pattern thin neck on my CE. It feels too sharp on the sides. Like, in other words, the breakaway from the sides is so sharp that it feels like too sharp on the... I know what you're saying, right? Yeah. I want a super strat throw. What do you suggest? You should try a Charvel. They have a rounder neck for sure than a pattern CE. It's a much rounder neck. The other one is, again, they're straight up super strat all day. I'd try a Charvel if I were you. I would also say to some degree the EVH, but EVH is a little smaller neck. It's a little shorter neck. It's a short scale, and it's definitely not a super strat body. All right, some of them are, but not a lot of them. Only a couple of the ones. And Kramer, oh my God, I totally forgot. You could go Kramer and have, they make the Beretta. It's at the 84. And, of course, you could get an SM, but now you're really getting away. You're really getting away from that CE. You're really getting away, But, the SM... One is a super strat all day, but again, that's a very glossy neck. It's getting far, far away from what, you sort of originally, are looking at. I'd go Charvel. My money's on Charvel. I'm saying Charvel. Oh, Brian, thank you. 1989 Yamaha 1212. Oh, look at you. Is it the Yamaha 1212? Hold on. Let's look that up. Yamaha 1212. Okay. Oh, right. It's the, I know. Yeah, right. I remember that one. Yeah, hold on. Here we go. Right. So there's a 1212. There's a 1212S. So was yours like this? Was it the? I bought it as a gift for myself. It was like an RGX 1212. Oh, right. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's striking, actually. Stevie like. Look at this. Yeah, God. Jackson much? Look at that. RGX sensation. Can you handle the RGX sensation? Coming to you this Sunday. We're having fun. We like to have fun. That's like what we like to do. Yeah, no, that's a nice looking guitar right there. All right. Yeah, I better get back to the old chat group here. I never look at the chat. Get back to the chat. Yeah, they're right. Yeah. So what's the other one? It's the Yamaha 1212, and there's what, the 12. See, they're trying to send me. Is it the 12? Yamaha Pacifica. 12? No. 1221? No. So that it's not this one. There's one above that though. You know what I'm saying? It's not this one. This isn't the one I'm thinking of. I mean, that's a straight up. Bill Weber. No, I guess not. He did the 1221. No. Floyd Rose pickups. I can't think of it. I was just looking at it too. And I can't think of the. I'll find it. Hold on. I forget it now. But there's another one. There was one that was like so legit. No, I don't think it was the 1230. I want to say it was the. Pacifica 1221. That's not it. Did they make a four? Yeah, here we go. Hello. The 14. Say hello to the 14. This is what we had at the Norwood store. We had one of these, right? Yeah, that's exactly what we had. We had one of those, right there, and that might have been the color. That might have been the rose. Yeah, rose burst. That was it. The 1412 in rose burst. Hello. Yep, there it is. Natural. Who's a friggin' genius? No, wait. Super genius. Yeah, that's a nice looking guitar right there. That's the 1412. The 14. And you say there's a 1421? Oh, maybe I'm thinking of the 1421. All right. So that's the difference. The 12 was the natural transparent top, and it was the 21. Oh, yeah. That was the full on. Just don't call it a Jackson. Or really, a Kramer SM for that matter. Oh, yeah. Hello. Looking good. Looking good. Some lines never get old. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now, these were USA? Yeah, see, there's the Sunset Rose. That's the neck I remember with the big stripes in the back and the big scoop-a-doop. Oh, yeah. There's another one. Now it'll be a race to get in a 412. So there it is in the ad. And there it is in real life. A little yellower. Ad. Real life, right? A little time. Right? There's the ad. That's white balance you got there, kid. There's real life. But you got to get the red, right? Look at that. It's a collector's level. God, is there anything worse than a friggin' reverb ad? Collector's level with rich patina. Lovingly hand patinaed. Oh, there's the back of it. Oh, nice. That's nice. Look at that. Hello. Wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, good stuff. All right, anyway, let's not get lost. Is that Chico and the Man? So what's up with Reverb? They want you to do collections now? Tell us, give us a list of all your gear. And we'll tell you what your collection's worth. We'll value your collection at all times. I bet you will. Collector level, exactly. Exactly. I'm going to need a list of your gear. I'm going to need your address and the hours you're not home. It's all for research. I'd like to try out the Boss guitar. Boss has a guitar out. It's got a bunch of pedals built into it. What? Hold on. Wait a second. Okay, we are at the Boss site. Oh. A Waza Air bass, but that's a... a bold new voice for sound innovators. Every guitarist is on a highly personal tone journey, continually honing. Yeah, you got that right. It's like chasing the dragon. You're never catching that tone. Continually honing their skills and searching for the perfect gear combination to unleash their full potential. The anus? the Urus? What's it called? What? The Urus? Translated from the Urus concept? You're gotta be kidding me. You want to sell these, right? The Urus concept presents a bold new creative path for adventurous sonic explorers, expanding their traditional guitar experience into something completely nonsensical and doesn't sound like a guitar anymore. Now, with the powerful and expressive Boss technologies born from this breakthrough approach, the Urus, Urus, GS, that stands for guitar shit. The GS1 infuses a premium instrument. Premium is still a word that works these days. Premium is still a word that works. With advanced guitar synthesis techniques refined over more than 4 decades. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Deep, inspiring, and infinitely playable. The Urus GS1 will take your musical vision where it's never gone before. Yeah, but did we want to go there? See, listen. It sounds like you're solving a problem that doesn't exist. What if I had a guitar that sounded like a synthesizer? No, it said nobody. Like, I mean, maybe it's amazing. Okay, are we ready? Is this going to work? Maybe not. Maybe not because I'm screen. Hold on. Anti-run software? I'll bet it's a pop-up. Allow poop-ups. Turn my ad blocker down and try it. Now, how much would you pay? Ah, download.
ギタリストは常に自分だけのシグネチャートーンの探求を行っています。ギターのスキルやテクニックを磨くだけでなく、エフェクターやアンプ、使用するギターなどベストな機材を探すために終わりなき試行錯誤を繰り返しています。ユーラスはギターサウンドの可能性を最大限解き放つボスのエレクトロニックギターです。ボスでは創業以来40年以上にわたりサウンドイノベーターやブレイクスルーというキーワードのもと、ギターエレクトロニクスのさまざまな知識や経験、技術を培ってきました。ボスの英知をギターと融合させたエレクトロニックギター、
Yes.
これは革新的なサウンドを追求するギタリストに対する挑戦でもあります。ユーラス GS1 はボスが磨き上げてきたギターシンセサイザーのノウハウや技術、ワイヤレスコントロールの革新性、演奏性の高いモダンスペックのカスタムビルドギター、その全てがシームレスに融合しています。ピックアップを切り替えてギターの音を変えるように、ギターの演奏性を保ったままシンセのサウンドを演奏できる新しい楽器です。楽器としてのフィーリングや完成度を徹底的に追求し、これらの要素を完璧な状態でセットアップすることでかつてないほどの一体感を生み出します。ユーラス GS1 にはギターの表現力を生かせる厳選したシンセサウンドを搭載。レイテンシーやミストラッキングなく多彩なシンセサウンドをギターで演奏することが可能です。ユーラス GS1 から奏でられるシンセサウンドをペダルボードやアンプにインプットすることで新しい発見があるかもしれません。専用のアプリを使えばシンセサウンドのエディットやギター本体にセットする3つのサウンドを自由に選択できます。またシンセサウンドのコントロールはワイヤレスミディエクスプレッションペダル EV1WL を使うことで演奏性を損ねることなくワイヤレスでコントロールできます。
Oh, yes.
エレクトロニックギターの可能性を引き出すためにギターの品質にも徹底的にこだわりました。メイドインジャパンだからこそなせる繊細なカスタムビルドクオリティです。24フレットのコンパウンドラディアスフレットボード、ロッキングチューナー、
Hey, those are the same tuners I have. That looks like the same ridge I
レン
have.
ジなカスタムハンバッカーピックアップ、モダンなギタリストのために選定されたこだわりのパーツを
I swear to God, those
余す
look
こ
like
と
the
なく
same
搭載
screws.
しています。ギターという唯一無二の楽器にエレクトロニクスを融合させ、
You trying to
さらなる
upstage
可
me,
能性を
bitch?
広げたボスユーラス GS1、 比類なきギターシンセサイザーの表現力を備えたボスから革新的なギタリストへの提案です。
All right. Well, that was fun. No, that was a par. I'm not gonna get sued. That was a parody. There's a nice little backing track, though, wouldn't you say, though? Yes, quite. Quite. Yeah, I'm doing with that commercial. What, are you trying to outplay me, bitch? How dare you? Admittedly, he did have a couple good riffs in there. But, I don't know. What was it supposed to do? It does something. It does stuff. All right, hold on. Let's go back to the standard features. Standard features. Cutting edge Boss electronic guitar. Crafted in Japan. For bold sound innovators. 6 onboard memories. For storing different synth sounds. Well, I don't know. I mean, the synths are cool and all, but to me, it's like, I just thought my guitar sounded as good as any crap they were trying to play over it. And quite frankly, there's a certain attack that comes out of a guitar and a certain expressiveness that, you know, if you're converting it into a synth, I don't know that you're gonna capture it all anyway. Don't let me stop you. Look yourself out. 6 onboard memories, different synth sounds, 24 fret neck. That's what I have. I have a compound radius. Wait a second. I have a 22 fret neck. Wah, wah. Goto 2-point terminal and bridge. You know what? I think we have a working theory that someone else had mentioned earlier that they thought this was a Goto bridge. And I thought the bridge on that guitar looked a lot like this bridge. So I'm thinking that, yeah, that's probably what this is. Of all the guitar heads I've seen, that was definitely one of them. Did I even listen to that guy? Sadly, no, I wasn't paying attention. There's an open box one for $3,200. Oh my God. Yeah, no Linux. I'd rather buy a keyboard synth. Same here. You know, because quite frankly, a lot of guitar licks don't really translate to the synth. They don't sound right. Synths have sort of their own thing. Yeah, I don't know. But put me down for as a no, dog. It's going to be a no from me, dog. I always tell the ladies I have a 22-inch compound radius. Hey, ladies! 22-inch compound radius. I'm going through the Brit 87 with the YJM 308, the 308, the 308, the YJM 308. Why? GM. I need a Urus to complete my tone journey. The Urus sounds like a medical device for your butt. It sounds like the Urus sounds like someone who makes like, you know, like catheters. Very painful. We're just having fun. We just like to have fun here. That's all we're doing. What's in that coffee cup? Day-old coffee. We're in this weird thing. We've been making it a little bit later at night. So I got there. I barely had enough for like 3/4 of a cup. So it's a little sugar. It's a little sweeter because I poured the sugar in first. I don't have enough. It's actually Splenda. But I threw my packet of Splenda in, and then I'm pouring it in, and I'm like, it's going to be sweet. Because I have a certain fill level, and I was about an inch below it. And then you got to be careful with the half and half because you'll milk it, right? It'll be way too light. So you gotta be careful. So I want Michael Jackson Thriller, not Michael Jackson Bad. Exactly. Is it today 51 years since his passing? Wow. Major, not minor. Again, I did it. I forget it now. Does sound good. Nothing there, because the pickup is over the node. Silence. Then it comes back. Right there. The other silent spot. Right over the pickup. Really, AMS is down? Wow. AMS has been down for a day or two? That's not good. My wife thinks our debit card was hacked through AMS, so I wouldn't doubt they are offline. Oh my God, yeah. Under federal law, I think no, maybe that's state law. I know in my state, if you get hacked, if you're a citizen of my state and your account gets hacked anywhere, you must notify us. You can't keep it a secret that my account that you were hacked at all. Even if my account wasn't touched, you have to disclose all hacks to citizens of Massachusetts if that person was a part of it. So I don't know how much people are complying with that law, but there is a law in the books that if you got caught and you were hacked and you failed to notify people, that's just one more count they can throw on the pile of crap that when you get sued. I think there's some punishment on there for not informing people that you've been hacked, even if they didn't steal anything. You still have to let people know you were hacked, which no one ever wants to do. That's why they passed the law. You know, I think Oregon is the same. Yeah, some states have that if you're hacked, you must notify if the citizen of the state, you know, has their information stored, even if it's non-person, right? Like any information, it's pretty broad law. It might have been any sensitive information, but like everything was sensitive. You know, certainly your social security number and any financial information, of course, is like code red. But I think they even had like your address and phone number was considered private. So, small coffee today. We'll get small. Your bank contacted. Now you need a new card. That happened to me a few weeks ago. Someone tried to charge a bunch of gaming crap in like New Jersey. Like, I don't know what it was. It was like gaming auctions. And there was like 3 attempts in a row to try and buy something. And they were all declined. And they reached out to me like, was this you? And I said, no. They're like, your card's been compromised. We're turning it off now. They had they must have had like all the info necessary. They're like, oh, nope, compromised. And they killed it instantly. And it took me like 5 days before I got my replacement card. I know PR field, the silence only leads to speculation. Gotta be careful with that one. That might be one on the we give you crap list. Although Ozzy's usually pretty good. It's AC/DC. It's the Bon Scott AC/DC that's real bad. Cheap Trick's always bad. Of course, anything from the Eagles or Prince, for that matter, pretty much you're dead. All right, so let's talk about my buddy was here yesterday. And we went over, like, not all my guitars, but most of them. And I don't think, all of them? I think he had already seen a bunch before, so we didn't really go over all of them, because if he had seen them prior, I didn't break them out again. So of the new guitars, since the last time he was here, he didn't pick out 4, but at 4 he had a particularly strong affinity for, and basically was like talking about. I have them here beside me. I have all 4 guitars out here. These are in no particular order. Oh, actually, I guess they are. They're in chronological order. These are in the order in which I happened to pull them out of the case and show them to him. So they're in chronological order, really. But really not in like any favoritism or anything like that. So, we're going to go one at a time. We're going to start with guitar number 1. I'm going to take this off. Hold on, just so you don't get any pops and clicks here. I'm just going to turn this down here. Are you ready? Guitar number 1 is Stoner Shark, the Vola. Oz, ROA, that's for roasted, SFB, aka Stoner Shark. Right there. Hey, bro. You, bro. This guitar was the first roasted neck he had ever played, and was like stunned. He's like, wow, that is like really smooth and soft. He goes, I don't, even, the other satin maple necks and these other necks, they're just not quite as soft and supple and smooth as the roasted maple neck. And I agree. It's what definitely a thicker neck than that one though. So this guitar is a mahogany body with a roasted maple neck. I almost said flame maple, but this is not. This is a regular maple neck. And an ash top. It's an ash top. It's your standard ash top. And it's got a nice big thick slab of ash on the old top of there. And this is in sanded, faded blue, not Steve from Boston. It's in sanded, faded blue. In fact, that bridge looks kind of familiar, doesn't it? Jesus. Are those, no, it's a hex. I say, are those, is that a Phillips head on that? Kind of does look like that other bridge, doesn't it? Godo. I know this is Godo. I know this to be Godo. I know the Godo. So this was the first one. This was the first one that I pulled out, and he was like, wow, that's a hell of a... What's up, Crowbar? Stoner Shark. What's the price of this guitar? I think these are like $13.99. They're under $15. I think they're $13.99 or $14.99, something like that. Something like that. I gotta clean it. I can see it's getting dirty. I play this one quite a bit. This is a nice guitar. I didn't have it out because with all the flooding, I had it up on a table. Right? I had it a good, 2.5, 3 feet off the ground. Yeah. Do they float? Probably could be set up for a float, but this one's pressed against the body. I'm sure you could have it leaning forward if you wanted to, but it's a nice slab of mahogany you got there. In the Godo. And yeah, there you go. All right. This was guitar number 1, the Vola. Again, these are in no particular order other than I think I showed him this one first. These are all the guitars that he was particularly smitten with, that he particularly liked. And we're starting with Da Vola. All right, we're going to go with guitar number 2. And talk amongst yourselves about what you will see next. Hold on, be right back. Are you ready? The next guitar that he really, really loved was this one. The Kramer. Which I knew. First of all, this dude, I took him when he was, I don't know, probably 17 or 18. And I was probably 19 or 20. I took him down to LaSalle to buy a Kramer Custom 2, I think. Right, because I think the Custom 1 was a single humbucker and the Custom 2 was 2 humbuckers. He got it in the flip-flop blue with a case, and the guy threw in strings and everything. We really bargained. We bargained hard for that guitar. And so I knew he was a big Kramer guy. I knew that, as soon as I opened the case, he's like, "Oh, dude." He was like, "Dude." He's like, I love that guitar. I'm like, right? I'm like, these aren't that expensive. Like, these are under like $1,000, I think. I said, and now they come with Duncans. I said the EMG was the early run. Now the newer runs are Duncans. And I said, but other than that, it's the same guitar. And he was stunned. He's like, I just can't believe how nice. He really loved the look of it. And I was like, yeah. I go, it's a Jackson Soloist but instead of $3,000, it's $1,000. Pretty much it. It's a little hard to see here because it's so bright. I got to back out a little bit so I'm not blowing the. Right, when I go in like this, everything just blows out from the lights. But that was guitar number 2. And he remembered these. He's like, I remember the SM1. Of course, I think back then they were called the Stage Master, right? The Stage Master 1. And they did have the if you want to call it the claw inlay, I call it the headstock inlay. And they also did like a diamond. Like, I think it was like a diamond, either with a diamond in the center of it or a circle in the center of the diamond. I forget now, but they had an alternate, pattern other than this one. But in original, I think the original ones, it did have the Kramer at the 12th fret. That is OG, I'm pretty sure. Right, because my Farrington has that from 1990. You know? Got the coil cut. Got the single. It's got the humbucker with the coil cut and guitar sounds so thick, you can really hear it's got the beef. Wasn't the Stage Master after the Pacers? You know, they were at the same. Well, I don't think they were using the word pacer anymore, but they may have. It may have been using calling it like the Custom 1, the Custom 2, and the Custom 3. I have to go to. Yeah, so like if you look at the late 87, so there's the Berettas. See, they still have the Pacer. That's late 87. Pacer Deluxe, the Custom 1. That's OG, but these two, that's the flatter top, the more modern. What do we got? You got your Samboras, you got your Night Swans. Yeah, these are them, right? So this guitar, the Stage Master Deluxe 1, is pretty much supposed to be this guitar, the SM1, right? Single, double with an arch top, right? Right there, right? You can even see the word Kramer at the 12th fret. Right, Stage Master Deluxe. Recessed original Floyd Rose, 24 frets, maple neck through shape, ebony fretboard, Seymour Duncans. I mean that's pretty much it. This second one isn't quite the same. It's a flat top, right? It's a instead of an arch top, it's a flat top. This is an arch top, but obviously only the single pickup. This is the one that's one of the rarer ones because they mostly sold these other two models more than this one. This is the rarer, I think, of the three. So again, that's the late 87 catalog. Yeah, and then you're just down into basis. Let's look at the early 87. If we go USA 87 early. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's the alternative inlay that I was thinking about. Right? It's the diamond with the circle in the middle. Right there. That's it. That's the one. Right, so yeah, Stage Master Standard, again, flat tops, not an arch top. I don't think they do that until the late 87 catalog, right? That is part of what killed them. You know? Just don't call it a telly. What else do we have here? Oh, right, the Ripley. Those are rare. You see them out there once in a while. The black ones are the early ones. You got to find an early Ripley in black. You see them out there. Okay, there's the Beretta one. Again, they don't have, like, for the catalog, small block inlay, small block name, which I liked. Again, that's an interim model. See that? When it was shot for the catalog. So, right, this is the early 87 catalog. Right? So, small block versus the large. God, they kept changing that logo design a little. Yeah, again, still small block. So did they have an 86 catalog? I don't think they... Music Yo... No, they don't. Yeah, and then they did the Guitar Art series, right? Right. But these aren't even really the Guitar Art series. Where's the Klein? Do they have graphics? Yeah. Here you go. Yeah. Now you're talking. These are the real guitar. These are the real guitar art ones from that period. Not this page. That's page 1. Let's see. Parts and finishes. Graphics page 2. The Zeppelin one, look at that. You know there's no way they licensed that, right? Because that's a famous Hindenburg photo, but you know what I'm saying? It's pretty much the Zeppelin cover without being the Zeppelin cover, See this one here? See this space one right here? That was up for sale, and anyone who lives in the Boston area will know this, out of a house in Weston, okay? Pretty shishy area. It was up for sale in a house in Weston for, I want to say, like $175 or $150, because they probably thought it looked stupid. And people were falling all over themselves to buy it. This one right here. That was the one. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, the Bon Jovi one. What else? What was that? That was page... Some of these I totally remember. Page 3. Yeah. The beer one. I remember that one at Daddy's. And I feel like there was one more year. Really, those early ones were the one with the... could have sworn there was another space one. Yeah, right there. Comet. Fly, Eye, Grim Reaper. Oh, yeah, another one, Universe. They made a few space ones. Music Symbol. The Panther. And that's got the beak inlays, too. Most of them had dot inlays. And most of them had single pickups to show off the graphics. Yeah, the one I really remember. What was it, page 2? Herp derp. Where are ya? Yeah, page 2. That one. That one right there. I nearly plotzed. True story. All right. So anyway. All right. So this was the second of the 4 that he was like, I like wicked love that one. Let's move on to the third, the third of the 4. All right, hold on. All right, are you ready? The next one is the Ibby, the RJ Custom. Not surprising, because he also owned a number of Ibanez guitars, you know. All right, so if you don't know this one, this is my J Custom. You know how Fender has a custom shop and Gibson has a custom shop? Well, Ibanez has the custom shop. And this is from the Ibanez custom shop. I think it might be the only Ibanez I've ever played with a lacquer body. They seem like they're all poly, but I swear to God this is lacquer. Maybe it isn't, and I'm just dreaming, but it feels sticky. I swear to God it feels, and it's so, I mean, you can see the grain right there, like a little, you know what I'm saying, a little hugging the face of it there because of the, in other words, the top is a little wavy because of the flame, the flambe. And that tends to be more on lacquer than poly. But maybe I'm wrong on that. All I know is that this is their highest of their high end. A ridiculously overpriced guitar. I was lucky enough to get it for pretty short money through Guitar Center used. I would have never paid what they go for retail. But I was very happy with what I paid for it when I bought it. I pretty much bought it for around the same cost as an American Standard Strat, and it's in its friggin' custom shop. So I love this guitar. And it sounds so great. The funny thing is like, I'm just so used to throwing guitars around. He didn't even want to touch it. He's like, he goes, I don't even want to touch that guitar. I'm like, dude, come on. You can grab and pick it up, please. And to put him at ease, I showed them that I had already put a little ding on the back corner. I said, see, it's already damaged. It's, it's the, the ding virginity had been broken. So it's over at this point. It is a nice sounding and playing guitar. I always forget about this one. I don't play it that often because I have it always in the case, and the case is very heavy because it comes with all this extra case candy crap, and the case is this big wooden case, and it's ridiculously over-engineered. It's this big, monstrous shell of a case, and it's so it's heavy, and it's I rarely take it out, but I'll leave it out on a stand for a couple of days and play it, and then it goes back into the case again. Exactly, the relicking has begun. Yeah, but no, Bobby loves this guitar. Do you prefer it over your 760? I no longer have the 760. I sold the 760 to Bobby. Bobby said, if you're ever going to get rid of a guitar, let me know. So I said, hey, I'm thinking about, say, sold. Say, I'm he's like, I don't want to, no pressure, but I'm leaving now to pick it up. All right, come on. Any chance I can just come over and get it right now? Sure. Once you get the first thing, just grab a screwdriver and some sandpaper and go to town. Heavy Relic. I've been playing this guitar since 1960, 1965, 2016. It's that Relic. It's seen a lot of use, a lot of gigs. No. Yeah, the fret markers can throw you off a little bit, but it's got the side dots, obviously. And when you look at it from the side, believe it or not, the areas with the more leaves do sort of pop out. I almost think that they arrange the flower petals so that they light up away from you this way and towards you on the correct frets. Like, that's the attention to detail. And I can tell you that especially the 12th fret, this little piece right here, let's see if I can show it on cam too. This one right here, this floret right here, on towards me, it's completely lit up. I think it's actually darker going in this direction. You know how things light, see that? See how it's popping in certain light? And you can't help but see it. So when I first got it, I had the same thing. I was like, I'm never gonna, you might as well have no inlays. Right? It's like, you're just confusing me. But the more I played it, the more I was like, oh, you know what? Every other fret does kind of pop a little bit, in this direction. So it kind of works. It is a wonderful guitar. And of course, the fretwork on this is impeccable. I was pointing out the ball ends are sphered off. The fret ends are sphered off like balls. It's pretty crazy, the attention to detail that they put on this guitar. But of course, it comes with a ridiculous list price that no one ever paid. I think it was $46.66, but no one ever paid that. I want to say that they priced it so high that it would give the dealer some leeway, but most of them sold for $29.99. Dealers wanted them to move; they didn't want to sit on them. You might have seen someone try to get $32.99 in smaller markets, where, But I think in some or what I would say, not smaller markets, but boutique stores. You know what I'm saying? That have a they try and get a little bit more, or you're in an area like Palo Alto or Manhattan where everything's just a little bit more expensive. You had to order them. This is one of 9, but again, it's meaningless because it's really an 8750. It's just it's all marketing. It was just one of 9 for that year for the USA market. That's all it means. They've made this guitar dozens, if not hundreds of times. But this year, and for 2011, for the USA market, it was 9 in red, it was 9 in blue, it was 9 in black, it was 9 in purple, and it was 18 in antique violin burst, for a total of 54 guitars. And you had to have your order in between the NAMM show and January 31st, I think. And then they built them to order throughout the year. I think they made I thought they said 7 to 10 a month or something like that until they got them all out. With fingerboard. What is this? This is rosewood. That is rosewood, but it's their highest end rosewood. You would think it would be ebony, but it's not. It's rosewood. But, you know, like all custom shops, you know, these guys get to go over and pick over all the wood that comes in before anyone else. They can choose all the woods they want. You know, if something comes up where they don't like the piece of wood they got, they can go back and just take whatever wood from, right? It's custom shop. They get their pick of everything. They're the top. And then, you know, they price it accordingly. I tell you, they could have done a binding on the headstock. I wouldn't have hated it. You know, for such an expensive guitar. Could you put binding on it? But they didn't want to do it. And the binding on the neck, I don't know if you can see it, it's flame maple. Just like on the Vola has the same thing, flame maple binding on the side, which looks gorgeous in person. All right, well this is guitar. Are we up to 3? This is the third one, right? So we have the last one. Any guesses on the last one? That's flambe maple, exactly. All right, so we're going to go to the last one. Here we go. I'm switching out. I'm going for the final one. Again, I'm just going to kill this because it's a little poppy clicky. All right, are you ready? I'm going to do this one last second because I don't think I can lean back after I attach it without showing it off, so I am going to. All right, you ready? Let's take a look here. I'm seeing PRS, I'm seeing Strat. All right, seeing black. Okay, we ready? Are we ready? Why? It was the SG. And those of you who know J-Man know that it was his black Greco SG that I fixed for him with the snap neck down at the base of the neck, not the headstock. And so, and he had another SG. Was it a future tribute or something like that? Tribute or a future tribute? Tribute, future, something. This might be out of tune. I just took this out of the bag. Feel like I feel like I'm hitting this bridge pickup a little bit. Hold on. You hear that? A little clang? A little clang, clang, clang with the pickup? Yeah. Bring that down here. And same over here. Am I in there? I don't think I am. What am I hitting here? Oh. That's because that's right there. There we go. Oh, much better. All right, hold on. Yeah, those are. It was foam on lacquer. Much better. Yeah. I know the plastic's still in the pickguard. Someday the plastic will come off. That dude brought a laptop over from like 2013. He still had the plastic on it. He goes, "It's an illness. Don't judge me." Oh, thanks, Vinny. No, thank you. No, you rock. Feel like my Oh, thanks, Blackjack. SG always sounds good, huh? Yeah, I guess I could give this a little bit of an oiling. I will say this, it's probably the lights that are reflecting back that make it a little brighter. But when I took it out, compared to the one that was on the shelf at Guitar Center, brand new, this was darker. That one was even lighter, you know. I was real happy with the color of the I wanted a darker fretboard and I wanted a heavier body, and I got both. It was a win-win for me with this guitar. There's always a little bit of a risk when you buy a guitar from the Gibson showroom that it's not going to be right, because just of the natural variation in wood. Now, some rosewood is lighter and some rosewood is darker. Some mahogany is heavier and some mahogany is lighter. And so you just, you know, it's a little bit, that's why people go around and they try a bunch of different guitars. That classic I have, you know, is 10 pounds. You know, it's kind of heavy. How many tellies do I own? 2. The rosewood neck. Well, that sounds good. I own the rosewood neck telly and the Squire Classic Vibe telly, with the pine body. Yeah, oiling it'll definitely go a little bit darker. You know, someday I will take the strings off and put new strings on, and pull the pickguard, cup, you know, plastic off, and you know, call it a day. played 5 Martin acoustics, same model, before I found the right one. Yeah, exactly. So again, when you buy something online, there's always a little risk that it's not going to be perfect, the way you want it. I really lucked out with this, because the one at Guitar Center, which I had already played twice, I'd already been out there a couple of times and picked it up both times, was much lighter. I wouldn't even doubt if it was a pound lighter. That's how much lighter it was. It really was noticeably lighter. And it was noticeably lighter in color. And so I was just like, please be a little heavier and please be a little bit darker. That's all I ask. And it was both. And I was like, thank you. Now, that wish really came true with the Les Paul at 10 pounds. They really run between like 9 1/4 and like 10 pounds. And I get the 10 pounder. Maybe it's 9.6. I think it's 10. We have a cat alert. Oh, let's see her. Cat. Boy, this is such a... Bet the cat weighs less than the kit? No, because she just went to the doctor. She weighs 12 pounds, you little chubba chubs. And this guitar weighs probably, I'd have to weigh it. I'm going to say it weighs in the low 8s. It may be in the high 7s. Yeah, I'm with you, Buzz. Especially for acoustics, you kind of want to play it first. Electrics, there's not a ton of variation. Again, color of the fretboard, and which is less of an issue with maple, right? And the weight of the body, right? Those are your two main points. Maybe Henning knocked AMS off it, holding it for cyber ransom. You can see Henning up there. Okay, now listen to me. You're going to be paying my ransom. $100 trillion. What did the clam weigh? We don't know, but I do know this. I hate this. I think of my cord. My something attacked one of the corals. One of the corals got ripped up. I feel like I gotta... Exactly, I love gold! The amp I'm using is the 87, the Brit 87. It's software. It's THU. Yeah, the Brit 87. Brit 87 channel 1 with the DoD YJM 308. I think that's a distortion pedal by Ingve, or an overdrive pedal, boost pedal, some sort of pedal. Surprised the PRS did not make the cut. I don't think he saw the PRS. The more I think about it, I think I forgot about that guitar. So when he comes over next time, I'll have to show him the PRS. I don't think he saw the PRS. And I don't think he saw, because I had them both sort of up and away, I don't think he saw he did see the Doulahan, but I don't think he saw the Amarok, right? The Harley Benton Amarok with the stainless steel frets. So there's, I think those two. He did see the EX84, right? The black one. And he did see the one that was out in the stand there. The, was that the HB 550? SC 550? But I don't think he saw the Amarok, and I don't think I showed him the PRS. I think I forgot about those. The clam took it and ran. What bands was I in when I was a kid? So in the early 80s, I was in bands like through high school. And then when I was in college, I did a couple of, in fact, the dude who gave me the PRS, I was in a band with him for a little bit. And then later in college, I was in a pretty well established band. They were doing like a lot of, they had like one or two originals, and they would do a lot of covers, but they were good. And their guitar player like moved away, and I wound up joining them. But I wasn't doing the backup singing like they needed, and it didn't really work out. We did a couple of shows, but yeah, that was actually a good band. And then I'm trying to think of what else. And then I've had some jamming buddies over the years or whatever, but never really all that big. So I actually spoke with Scott last week, because I was like, not me, I don't care, but everybody's asking about the Frankie neck, and they said it's actually almost done, and it might even get back to me like this coming week, because they did like a vintage, look to it, and they said they couldn't get everything out of it, like for flaws, but they said it's pretty good, and I'm looking forward to it. It should be like a vintage color, and I think they did. I forget if they did lacquer, if they did polish. They might have done lacquer, but it should be here soon. So I literally just talked to them about it. I was like, no pressure, but I don't care. But it's the fans. They're like, yeah. I'm here and say, hey, Bud man. Bud. Who's my Bud man? He's my Bud man. What guitar did I give up for the Yamaha? I didn't do a trade. That guitar, I think he only paid like $120 or something like that, $150, $120, I think he said. That guitar sold on Reverb like 6 years ago for $100 in free shipping. So, but I did take his Yamaha 921, pulled the strings off of it, cleaned up the neck, which was a little grungy, cleaned the frets up, which were a little, gave them a nice little polish, and then just basically cleaned it up from head to toe, and then restrung it and set it up. The setup on it was pretty bad. It needed the neck tightened a little bit. I was like, wow, this is really bowed forward. And sure enough, when I checked the truss rod, the nut was completely loose. So I cranked it up a little bit to straighten it out, and it worked great. Talk about lowering the action. And it gets rid of, if you're not buzzing here, and you're not buzzing here, but you are buzzing in the middle, that's a bowed neck, right? The neck is bowed And when you're down in the valley, right, you buzz. But when you're up high, you're fine. But when you're down in the middle, you buzz like crazy. So that's what I recognized it instantly. I said, oh, he's buzzing in the middle here. He's got a bow. And sure enough, he did. And we cranked that out. And then when I opened that up and showed it to him, he was like, wow, that looks really nice. Because, the frets are nice and shiny, and the fretboard, I oiled it up. It was nice and looked darker than this one, because I had just done it all up. And, so I think, I did that for him. And then on this guitar, hook him up. And then his Bluetooth was broken on his laptop. Fix that. And his DVD is still not working. And that's a little trickier. That's a pretty common problem with Windows 10. It has to do with like the middleware to run like a DVD player engine, because you got to remember there's like digital rights management going on. So it's a little trickier, and it broke when he installed like Windows 10. It seems to break that thing, so we can't get his DVD player to work. So that's the next thing. It's an old Panasonic, which is, I think, Mitsumi is the brand when it's not branded Panasonic, and it's a known issue. If you go online, it's there. So, we work it out. We work it out. You had to get the free DVD player at launch. You got to pay for it now. Exactly. It's not even the player. It's basically the hardware comes back is basically saying that there's a registry problem. So I could maybe just the thing to do is to uninstall the hardware and try and reboot and see if you can find it. But everybody online who said they did the same exact thing said it didn't work. So it's like I'm not going to go through the steps that people online said that just didn't work for me. Wonder if EVH's Kramer will ever going back up for sale. Was one of his Kramers up for sale before? I got to think that those are like museum pieces at this point. You know? Were you a computer tech, or is that another hobby? I do a little. I've been known to do a little computer work. I am certified in Windows 2000 Server and Windows 98. As relevant today as they were then. No EVH. Windows 2078, yeah, might be relevant if you talk about an old accounting firm, exactly. SG. Gotta love an SG. Have a good one, speaker. Let me know when that drive comes in. That 98 was good. XP was better, definitely. Along with Windows 7. Windows Me and Vista were trash. Vista wasn't bad if you had the right hardware. I had really strong hardware. I had no problem with Vista. But if you, they certified a lot of hardware for Vista that literally just did not work with it, which is why they're trying to certify so few machines for Windows 11. They're going to certify what, Intel 6th gen and forward for Windows 11? Good luck with that. A lot of people are still running Gen 2, Gen 3. Because quite frankly, they didn't pump those gens up. You know, there's a 4% increase over the prior year. It's like, please. Oh, thanks, Buzz. This Friday, sure. I think that works, absolutely. And then you can check out the PRS. Yeah, that might have made the cut. We could have had a top 5 if I showed that PRS. I like the other SG too. I like the dark red one with like the Maestro tailpiece. That's a good looking one too. We ground that puppy out. Grounding. I'm sitting right in front of a computer. I've used Linux before. The problem with Linux is that you know, you might as well write your own driver for a lot of hardware. There's not a lot of Linux support out there for hardware. If you want your hardware to work, you know, Windows is your best bet. Just because there's so much support out there. The problem with his box is he's running a 2013 laptop. So, it gets a little tricky. Yeah, Windows is telling you your Ryzen 9 5900X is not compatible, right? I think there's an instruction set they're looking for, right? Is it a, I forget, but the Ryzen 9 would have it, especially the 5800 or 5900. There's a red 82 missing, but I understand, right? Yes. I got that one. That'll be out soon, too. That is out there. My favorite SG player? It's probably between Angus and Iomi. You know, that's hard, because both of those guys wrote just some incredible riffs. You know, and I used to say about Iommi, he is just the riff master. I think I like the guitar soloing better of Angus, you know. I think his lead work is a little bit more lyrical. Still, so hard to choose between those two. You know, because they're both just the riff masters. Although you could argue that Angus had help from Malcolm, whereas Iommi was on his own, right? If it was a guitar riff that had to be come up with, and he pretty much wrote it. Whereas Malcolm could give Angus feedback or even just give him the riff, you know. We're almost there. 2 minutes. Any other guitar I'm hiding back here? I'm not. That's pretty good though, right? I'll go over the guitars. He happened to be here, and I just remember that he, you know, all of these were sort of, you know, ones that he was like, wow, that's actually really nice. That's actually really nice. The other one was probably like the 83 Kramer, but that one's not quite ready yet. That one was probably, because he was like, I can't believe how clean this guitar is, but I had just cleaned it, right? From head to toe, looked like a brand new guitar, except for the couple of chunks out of the finish. But for the rest of it, you know, I had just gone over the whole thing with a goddamn Q-tip, for Christ's sakes. I mean, pretty clean. Maybe I'll finally get that done this week. I just sold some guitars, so that's always good. Think I'm ready. Am I ready for a custom shop? Something custom shop? Maybe. All right, we're 9 o'clock. Whoop. All right. No, you rock. All right. Yeah, Robbie Krieger. Robbie Krieger's another good one. Robbie Krieger. Absolutely. All right. Let's do it. Custom shop. Do you even custom shop, bro? All right. I'm going to wrap this up because I'm starving. I think I had really not a lot to eat today. Like a fistful of crackers, and that's about it. I'm pretty hungry. I think I'm ready for dinner. So, super thanks to anyone for hanging out. Everybody for hanging out tonight. And super extra mega thanks to anyone who contributed. Really appreciate it. And of course, mega shout outs to me Mod Squad. Hashtag Mod Squad. I really appreciate all the support. And there you go. I will see you guys in 1 week. And I have some videos coming out this week. One of them might be a little different than what I normally do, but not really. Anyway, we'll see. There you go. All right, everybody have a wonderful night. I'll see you guys in a week for the live show and some videos during the week, and there you have it. No, you rock. All right, hotshot. I'm off. I'm going to have to go find probably a pretty sad and pathetic dinner. We'll see. I'm not holding out hope. All right, there you go. No, you rock. All right, dudes. Have an awesome week. I'll see you in a week. Until then, rock on.